Hello, hello. Come in and say hey. And tell me where you're listening from. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. What's up, Minnie? Don't forget to hit subscribe and that thumbs up as you come in. So, what is new? We have our fourth wall is up and going. And we had a movement that reached out, and I have put some protest shirts about standing up for cats. They're protesting to not euthanize cats and cat sanctuaries and stuff like that, going up against a certain individual. And my dad is very and not really responsive today. He's just there. He's very tired. It could be because he went through a few testing today. One of the tests they had to give him some medication, so could be that. But um but they're trying to find some justice for Happy Cat Sanctuary, and you can find a video on this page about the Happy Cat Sanctuary. So, and if you follow Minnie Dart Frogs and Kittens, you'll see she has more information. You can contact her as well. So, and so I did some shirts. There's some shirts for Pride Month here in the state of Utah. They're pretty big on that. And then there's some, other advocacy, such as we're, doing our predator campaign, and there's ones around our campaign. So there's a lot of cool things. If you find something that's on a shirt and you want it on a bag or a cup or something like that, just let me know. Email safeadvocacy24@gmail.com and we can just get that thrown over there. And we can get that up real quickly. So we have that going on. We're still in the process of the Predator campaign with the House Representative. This one is going to take a minute to argue back and forth. I don't know why Utah is so protective over these special individuals, but they are. Don't ask me why. I can't tell you. I know that Utah is looking to do away with the death penalty too. Their logic doesn't seem right to me, but their logic says it's too expensive. But I think it would be more expensive to house these individuals for life sentences than the death penalty. But I haven't run numbers. I haven't done the statistics and things like that, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, so that was interesting to hear that factual evidence and that statement. So it's going to be it's going to be a lot of meetings and quite the fight with Utah. But we're going to keep up the fight. We're not going to let it back. We're not going to back down from it. We're going to fight however long and hard we have to. We're going to keep it going. And we'll continue. This week has been an off week because my dad there's been an urgent situation with my dad, so we haven't been to city councils this week. But whether we're there, or whatnot, we're still sending letters. I'm still sending letters to the city councils and things like that as well. So that's still happening. And there's been a lot of different protests going on that has kind of ruffled the community here. And so that's been, we've got the victim of the shooting is, we've got his funeral coming up, so that's going to be big. A lot of people will be at that. So I mean, you got to understand there was 10,000 people at the protest, so that's going to be quite a large funeral there. And he was well known. He was well known across the United States. He was a designer, so I'm pretty sure there will be people flying in across the United States too. So that's going to be a big one. And his culture, there's a lot of people in that culture. So but so those are our biggest updates. We have some little things. We have a couple ordinances that we're working on for a couple different cities that we're working on. We have a few things that we're looking into, to help with the Predator campaign. for the reentry program and stuff like that. Some buildings that I've been looking at that we can, some county buildings that are vacant, not being used, that can be turned into, housing and or holding, facilities. So it would be, there's a lot that's gonna be going into this bill, and the more footwork that I can do on my end will be less that they have to do on their end, and um, and then that way you don't want them to have to do too much work, because then they'll just shoot it down. So good old rush hour. So I've been doing a lot of footwork on that end. So there's a lot of things that we do on the back end that a lot of people don't understand, and I have to work around my schooling as well, uh, to do that. So that's what we're doing right now. But so I wanted to just jump on and talk to you guys about a few things, give a few updates, and see how you guys are doing. But that's the updates that we're at. We're still watching the the judge and the fire chief. We're still watching that one. Right now they're pushing back a lot of their hearings, because what they've done is they've taken, and now the judge and the fire chief are now co-defendants, and with that they've added charges on to the fire chief. He got more charges. There was an essay of his niece and two other charges of essay of two other younger kids. So he got three more essay charges added on, and he was communicating with the judge, and so I'm sure that there's more charges coming up, so they've pushed that back. So we're still watching that one. So we're just waiting for those to come up, and we're waiting for the Wanda Barzee, for hers to come up. Hers is coming up later on this month. So we're just waiting to see what those ones are going to come out to be. And so we're just waiting on those updates. But the and then there was a new one that came up. I don't know a lot of the backstory on them. I do need to do some research, some FOIAs and stuff like that. But there was 5 officers that were relieved of their duty. Between officers, captains, and supervisors, that were relieved of their duties for misusing time during COVID. They all misused their time during COVID. So they all got hit on that, and they were all relieved of their duties. So they were all fired. So this new police chief that came in is really doing a deep dive and making sure that they have um, the best force, and he's going hard on it. So but I guess we'll see, because that one officer's still there, Killer Hoyle. So we'll see. But all right, guys, I'm gonna let you go, and hope you guys have a wonderful night and weekend. If I don't see you, you guys can follow me on my other channel. We're going to an amusement park this weekend, and you guys want to see some fun in Utah, you guys can go over there. Crazy Love Audit, and hope you guys have fun. Okay. Thanks. Bye.